In 2019, John Singleton died.
Yeah.
Did you maintain any level of contact with John over the years?
Yeah. I mean, he just turned 50. So I saw him at his birthday party. He was talking about to do some more stuff together. He said he's been waiting for me to age so he could put me in more stuff because I haven't aged since Poetic Justice. And everything he get me for, you just don't look old enough. And I'm like, he said he had the right thing for me. And then I was like, did you tell anybody about it? Because I was gonna do something on Snowfall. And he was like, and I saw him at his birthday party. And he was like, we had the great conversation. And then, man, it was, he passed.
Yeah, that was a shock.
Yeah, that was real shock.
He was pretty young, 50?
Yeah, but John lived. John got it in. He was, don't let the coyness fool you. He was John.
He partied a lot.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
No, not like party. Just he rode, he was out, he was, because he really didn't hang out a lot. But at that particular point in his life, I saw him hanging out a lot more, like on TMZ and doing, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? Because he normally, he's, focused.
Snowfall is my favorite show on television when it's on.
Yeah.
I mean, even with him not being involved in it, it was just like, we've interviewed some of the actors from Snowfall too. It's almost like a prequel to Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like a lot of other shows, I mean, I think like Power is kind of like a cool show and I like to watch it, but it was more like, Power is more kind of like fantastical, like, you can kill 20 people and no one saw nothing, you get away with it. And, it's like you're everywhere you go, no one can ever catch you. I feel like, that was just more of a realistic film and the way it's shot, the characters, I felt it was just a more realistic movie and you could really feel Singleton's fingerprints all over it. The way it looks, the way it's shot, the actors that they chose, and everything else like that. I think it was great. And man, I've always wanted to interview Singleton. Every time we reached out, we could never get him.
It's almost as if he could tell Boys in the Hood, in a series.
Yeah.
And now he got to the point where, I know he wanted to get out of directing because they said it took so much time of his life, and 2, 3, 4, 5 years on a project.
Yeah.
And if you write a direct to do it, then you're really in it. But he wanted to produce some stuff and have it where he can move around. And then I think he always wanted to tell that LA story, but like you said, not with the influence of power or stuff that's not believable.
What I love about John Singleton is that LA is always such a character in all of his projects. Like even like when I was watching Poetic Justice this morning, when you guys were driving out and you see like the burnt out buildings because of the the LA riots had just happened around the time of that movie. And it's always like South Central LA in particular is just so, it's just a part of the film. It's like an actual character in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, like these movies would not have worked if they were in Cleveland or New York or Atlanta. It was like, he managed to capture the area that he grew up in and turn it into a vital part of a lot of his films.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm sorry for your loss. I was a huge fan.
Yeah, it was the right place, right time, man. He had a beautiful eye on telling real stories about LA. And putting them in.
Yep. And I remember it was the episode of Snowfall right after he died. They kind of had this guy kind of being, playing him. I don't know if you remember when they're kind of walking through the projects and there was a dude with a camera wearing an X-hat and glasses.
Yeah.
Like, get that fucking camera out of my face.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, that's supposed to be John Singleton right there. That's kind of cool. Like,
that's his Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Yeah, a little Alfred Hitchcock little moment. It wasn't actually him, but
No, but I'm saying, but
it was like that little thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's in he's a mailman in Boys in the Hood. He's in a lot of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I must have missed that.
He's a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go back. I gotta go back and watch.
He plays a lot of little come in and pop out. You're like, well, that was John. Yeah, he was doing that.
Chris Rock just dropped his Netflix special.
Oh, yeah.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it, man.
I watched it.
I was like, it just dropped.
Number one, did you ever see the relationship between Tupac and Jada Pinkett? Were you ever around both of them?
Different periods. I have different relationships with both of them. I didn't know that they had that relationship, but I was friends with Jada's, when I was doing Talking Dirty After Dark. So I was friends with Jada's aunt in Baltimore. So I used to help Jada come over and read sides for when she was trying to be funny before A Different World. Because she was like, I'm not funny. I got these drama tears. I don't have these comedy tears. and so she used to come. I used to help her read. She's almost lived right around the corner from me when I lived out Vlad. She in a Cadillac over in that area. So that's when I met, when I was Jada and then with Park, it was just different. I didn't know they knew each other like that.
Okay. So you never actually saw them together.
So she never came to the set. Okay. I think at that time, he was dating Left Eye, Lisa.
Yeah, right. I know that story.
Lisa. So used to come to the set, so stuff like that. So that, that's a whole nother Andre Rison Tupac story. Yeah. I know. So, but when I knew they were friends later because we got a couple pictures together and stuff. But I know them two separately.